It is February in Zone 6. There is snow on the ground, but your last frost date, May 10th, is over 3 months away. Most gardeners are already starting tomatoes, but they are making a massive mistake that results in September harvests instead of July. This month is a double-edged sword. Some crops are marathon runners that need a February start. Others are sprinters that will self-destruct if you start them now. I am showing you 5 seed starting mistakes that destroy your harvest timeline and the exact do this, not that strategy for Zone 6. Mistake number 3 is the silent killer that 80% of gardeners miss. Let us fix that. Mistake number 1, catastrophic timing. Starting tomatoes on February 1st means that by May 10th, your seedlings are 14 weeks old. They become root-bound, stretched, and stressed, like a teenager stuck in toddler clothes. When transplanted, they go into shock for weeks. Tomatoes and peppers need 6 to 8 weeks indoors, not 14. If they outgrow their pots, their roots strangle themselves and the plant goes into recovery mode rather than growth mode. A tomato started in late March will actually overtake a February started plant because it hits the ground running. The strategy is simple. Start your tomatoes on March 15th and your peppers on March 1st. However, there is a February exception for marathon runners. Onions and leeks need 8 weeks just to build a foundation. Starting them now ensures robust root systems before day-length triggers bulbing. You should also start slow, growing perennials like delphiniums and echinacea, or slow herbs like rosemary and lavender. Properly timed seedlings will show new growth within 3 to 5 days after you put them in the ground. Mistake number 2, heat mat misuse. You bought a heat mat and put everything on it. That is a big mistake for spinach, lettuce, kale, and peas. These crops germinate best at 60 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. At 80 degrees, germination rates plummet. Any seedlings that do emerge will be weak and bolt to seed immediately because you have tricked them into thinking it is summer. Use heat mats for warm, season crops only. Keep them on for tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, and basil at 75 to 85 degrees, but turn them off once seedlings emerge. Keep heat mats off for spinach, lettuce, kale, broccoli, and onions. These thrive at 60 to 70 degrees room temperature. For a professional tip, use a sterile, peat-based seed starting mix instead of garden soil. It prevents pathogens that kill young sprouts. Also, be sure to label everything. Leeks look exactly like onions in the dark. Mistake number 3, inadequate lighting. This is the silent killer. Your seedlings might look green, but they are growing up instead of out. This is called the reach, and it is a death sentence. Window light in February provides only 500 to 1,000 lumens from one direction. Seedlings need at least 2,000 lumens per square foot for 12 to 16 hours. Without it, they sacrifice stem thickness to find energy, becoming tall, thin, and floppy. The fix is to invest in full-spectrum T5 or T8 LED shop lights. Hang them 2 to 3 inches above the plants, not a foot away. Raise the lights as the plants grow. Set a timer for 14 to 16 hours daily. A 4-week-old tomato should be 3 to 4 inches tall with a stem as thick as a pencil. If it is 8 inches tall, your light is too far away. Remember, anything below 2,000 lumens results in seedling failure. Mistake number 4. Zero airflow. Keeping humidity domes on too long creates a fungal paradise. You will wake up to damping off, which is a disease where seedlings topple over and rot at the soil line. It can wipe out a tray in hours. Fungal spores thrive in still, moist air, and once they start, there is no cure. To fix this, remove the domes once 50% of the seeds germinate. Place an oscillating fan 6 feet away on a low setting. A gentle dance strengthens the stems through a process called thigmomorphogenesis. Also, keep the soil like a wrung-out sponge, not a swamp. Seedlings with airflow develop stems 30 to 40% thicker than those in stagnant air. Mistake number 5. Top watering and overwatering. Watering every day because you care actually suffocates the roots. Without oxygen, roots turn brown and mushy, leading to root rot. Top watering also compacts the soil and promotes fungus. The best strategy is bottom watering. Place your trays in a shallow container with 1/2 inch of water. Let them wick moisture for 20 to 30 minutes, then remove the water. Only water when the top inch of soil feels dry. If the first leaves turn yellow, the plant is hungry. Seed mix has no nutrients, so once the true leaves appear, use a liquid organic fertilizer diluted to half strength every 10 days. Bottom-watered seedlings develop massive, white root systems, while top-watered ones have shallow, brown roots. Taking plants directly from indoor lights to the May sun will scorch them instantly, but carrying trays in and out for an hour a day is a chore most people forget. Instead, use the 3-day overcast method. Set up a station on the north or east side of your house, shielded from the wind. Wait for a 3-day forecast of overcast weather in early May. On day 1, keep them outside for 2 hours on the sheltered table. On day 2, give them 4 hours in partial shade. On day 3, give them 6 hours with increasing sun. From days 4 to 7, keep them outside all day and only bring them in at night if cold is threatened. Overcast skies provide the UV exposure they need without the sunburn risk. This ensures your plants show zero transplant shock and start flowering within 2 weeks. Timing heat, light, airflow, and watering. Master these 5, and you will have July tomatoes instead of September regrets. I have linked a free Zone 6 seed starting calendar in the description to help you track these dates. Which mistake have you struggled with the most? For me, it was always starting my peppers too early. Let me know in the comments. Hit subscribe so you do not miss the next step, which is the potting up process at week 6. Let us grow.